Why are we in this world? We are here to explore the power of knowledge and understand better our purpose on this earth. Similar to a tree that resembles a life cycle and produces leaves, grows, brings forth life and branches out. This is the power of learning. Like a tree sprouting offshoots, learning allows us to connect with one another, networking and expanding our horizon to reach all corners of the world. Study365 offers this lifelong learning experience. It is a life cycle that never ends. A top-class learning provider, we have enabled thousands of students to achieve their goals and reach their full potential. We empower learners through the power of education and transform their lives. Study365 is committed to learners all across the world and offers a safe space for studying through multiple virtual possibilities, ensuring learners receive an education of the highest standard. Our specialized and distinct course categories are rich in choice and provide an opportunity to make a difference in your academic and professional life. Our expert tutors will give you the tools and guidance to gain real-world expertise and a job-ready qualification. Study365 creates a superior learning environment for learners through a unique blend of groundbreaking approaches and conventional values. Unlock your prospects and enhance your mastery by exploring a lifetime of opportunities to strengthen your profile and have a positive impact on your future. Everyone's dreams should be within reach, and you should be able to push the boundaries of your own potential. A good education is a foundation for a better future.
Okay, that was our little introduction video there, just while everyone's joining for you to take in. Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to BCS Business Analysis Webinar Session tonight, Foundation and Practitioner Introduction Session. So happy Thursday everyone. Thursday is the new Friday and we have a very productive session in store for you tonight. My name's Natalie, I'll be your webinar moderator this evening. If you have any questions at all, please do pop them in the Q&A box. It's a bit easier to monitor that way as opposed to the chat function. If you have any comments and just general chit chat throughout, that's all good. We like to make it interactive, just pop that in the chat box. If you have any technical issues or anything, please just let one of us know and we can try and help you out there, or if you can't hear me or any of our speakers tonight. But yes, very excited to be here and running this session today on some new material. Okay, so tonight's agenda, we'll have a little icebreaker just after this. Nothing too intense, don't worry, it's just nice and simple. We just like to get to know our learners on the platform, as we do have learners joining from all over the globe. So it's really interesting to see where you guys are joining from. Then we'll be getting to know our expert facilitator tonight, and then we'll be moving on to mastering BCS business and analytics. Gosh, I can't get my words out today. For informed decisions and innovation. Then we'll be looking at how this will boost your career, and then we'll be looking at our expert's view on selecting a proper and good learning platform. Then later on we'll have the question and answer session, so please do stick around for that and make use of our experts whilst they are here in person, well, over Zoom. And then Study365, all about our exclusive discounts that we have for you guys joining this evening, and about BCS business analysis. So that is just what we have in store for today, everyone. And we are wrapping at 7 p.m. So hopefully you can stay till then. And if you do have to pop off, don't worry if you have to pop off a little early, because we are recording this webinar. So this can just sort of help for your reference to refer back to, or if you have to leave early, as I said. And we will be sending this out via email afterwards. So yes, that is our little introduction there. our guest expert facilitator tonight is Ola Agini, and I believe that is, yeah, her LinkedIn code is just there, everyone. So if you've got a phone or a tablet and you'd like to add her, feel free. It's always good to build those connections in any industry, really. But yes, so Ola is a business analysis and change management background. She has she's a business change analyst and certified in Proside change management, Prince 2 and BCS, and she's got over 10 years of experience working with prominent private and public sector organizations, so a lot of experience there. And she successfully contributed to technology driven change initiatives affecting 50,000 plus employees, which is great. And she's worked on various projects spanning different geographic locations, vendors and operational teams, and she's also a qualified BA trainer. You can see there G Suite apps, Microsoft, and Workplace by Facebook. So yeah, a lot of experience here tonight, and that is Ola. You'll be hearing from her in a little while, but yes, there's her QR code for LinkedIn. Okay, so I'll just move on to our really quick little icebreaker. Let me see who we've got in the room. I'm just going to go around to a couple of you. As I said, it's nothing too scary or anything. If you would just like to take yourself off mute, you don't have to put your camera on, don't worry. And then yeah, just introduce yourself, your name, where you're joining from, where you're sort of at in your journey, your career, or anything you'd like to share, really. How big or small, it's completely up to you, no pressure. And yeah, where you're joining us from. I'm joining from South London, and yeah, it literally just had like a thunderstorm sort of, but now it's okay. So yeah, let us know whether it's sunny or not. This weather's so temperamental in England anyway. But yes, okay, let's see who we've got. Priscilla, are you there? Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi. Oh, yeah. So yeah, I'm Priscilla Mary. I'm actually currently a product owner. I'm joining from I joined from London. I'm based in UK, and yes, that's it.
Oh, great. Thanks, Priscilla. Thanks for that introduction there. I know some people can't talk as well because they might be on the train or have some loud background noise, but if you want to type in the chat your intro as well, you can do. But hopefully a couple more of you want to talk. Theo, are you there? Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Theodore Akim. I'm joining in from East London. I'm currently thinking of switching careers. That's why I'm looking at the business analyst role. I've just finished a course on Scrum Master, so I'm looking at business analyst as well.
Oh, great. Okay, thank you, Theo. That's good to know. Shamso, are you there? Would you like to introduce yourself as well?
Yes, I am in Hertfordshire and I'm actually currently a BA. I just wanted to get like some more like a more structured learning, if that makes sense, because I feel like learning whilst I'm sort of doing the role is a little bit more chaotic than I thought it would be. So yeah.
Yes, okay, great. Thank you, Shamso. And then David, are you there? Maybe not. Okay, last on my list, Sean Ojo, are you there? Would you like to come say hi? No? Okay, no worries, guys. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Sean on the line. I'm speaking from South Yorkshire. I'm a software engineer, and I also do business analysis, also a chartered IT practitioner now with the British Computer Society. So I just want, to also increase my knowledge on these tools. And so, it's very important to just keep learning. So that's why I'm joining. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks, Sean. Thanks for that introduction. I hope the weather's better in Yorkshire. But yes, thank you. All right, guys. Thanks for getting involved with that. It's just nice to see who we've got on the call. And then it can help us tailor the session a little bit as well. So I will be handing over to Ola now. Ola, are you there? In fact, let me just, sorry, I need to give you guys slide control. Yes, I'll be handing over to Ola now to talk you through everything. Are you there, Ola?
Yeah, I'm here.
Perfect. Yeah, sorry, my screen was, I've given you control now.
Thank you. So nice to meet you, everybody. As Natalie introduced, today we're going to look at the BCS Business Analysis Practitioner course in business practice. Based on the introduction and the quick icebreaker, some of you already working as BAs, or some of you have done some BCS training before, and others are thinking of switching. So I think today's discussion will be quite good because it talks a bit more about what to expect in the practitioner course. But at the end of it, we will also talk a bit about, if you're new to the BA world, where you should actually start from. So as Natalie said, I am a current business analyst. I have different certifications in it, and I've been doing this for more than 10 years. But I also have a change management background as well, which is quite nice. Moving on. Through this session today, like I said, you will learn more about the business analysis practitioner course itself, what to expect, and how to make the most of it. Towards the end, we will talk about the foundation course as well. So there's a few of you that are interested and quite new to it. So that would be quite good for you to listen to. But just as a reminder, the prerequisite to the practitioner course, you need to have done the foundation course as a starter. Who is it? What is it even, and who is it for? Very clearly, it's a follow-on qualification from the BA foundation course. It helps you to build on the topics that you learned before. So for example, I think one of you is already a BA. So what you're using this course, this practitioner course to do, it will build on what you already know by applying it into real life situations and giving you more tools and techniques that you could use. Also, it's for people that are trainees that want to have some specialist knowledge within business analysis, and more or less it gives you a deeper understanding of business analysis in real life scenarios, like I said before. What to expect? So the course takes as long as it takes. It all depends on you, the learner. It could be done in a week, it could be done in a month, or even a year. It all depends on you. In my experience, I did the course, I was working as well, and I did the course. It took me probably between 3 to 4 months, again, because I had to prioritize and balance my work life and also try and squeeze in time for studying. But could I have done it in a week? 5,000%. So it all depends on you. How long is the exam? It's 60 minutes, open book, 40 multiple choice questions, and also multi-response questions. So multiple choices, you have just one answer, but multi-response means there could be potentially 1 or 2 or 3 different answers in that question, and you need to have chosen all the 2 or 3 answers to get the full mark. 65% pass mark, which is exactly the same as the foundation course, and the exam is done online. So what are the key learnings you will take out from this course? The course has 6 modules, and in the next couple of slides, we will go through them. But the key things that you get out of it is that you have a better strategic context of business analysis. You'll be able to better use methods that you've learned before. So things like examining the current process, the as is, or even the future process and the to be. It will also focus a lot on stakeholder engagement and stakeholder analysis. And then there's like a big module on business case as well. The purpose of it, the content, and the role of a BA in creating that documentation. So like I said, we will go into some of the modules and I will give you like a snapshot of what to expect. The point of the course, to be very honest with you, is to level up your knowledge, improve your understanding, skill, and application. That's what the course is trying to do. The course assumes you've already done a foundation course in business analysis. Now you're in the practitioner one, you're leveling up. You're just increasing your knowledge, understanding, and application. So like I said, we're going to talk a bit more about what you can take away. There are 6 modules more or less in the course. I'm going to talk in detail about each one of them and what you can expect to take away from it. The first module is the obvious one, strategic context. So this talk about the strategic context for business analysis. If you've done Prince 2 before, it will be quite similar. The module focuses on 3 things. It reminds the BA that your work is never and should never be done in silo. It should always form part of the business's vision and mission. It also tells the BA that you might get tasks or projects that requires you to analyze the business internal or external environment. If they're designing a new product, for example, how do you do that? So the different frameworks you could use, like SWOT analysis, PEST tool, and things like that. It goes into details of how to do those analyses internally and externally. The third thing this module covers is talking about if you're having to measure the business overall performance. So what tools you will use, how you can use your KPIs, how to use things like balanced scorecards. In the next slide, what you see on the screen, apologies for the way the images look, but these are some of the tool sets and techniques that you will go through in this module of strategic context. So it will talk to you in detail about SWOT analysis, giving you some real life examples and scenarios. It will talk to you about using the balanced scorecard, how you do that, how you apply that, and the same for PESTEL analysis as well. So what are the key things you will take away from that module? The main thing is you will know those different tools and techniques, you will know their relevance and when to apply them based on the different tasks or use cases or assignments you might get in your workplace. The module will also help you understand organizational structures, what is driving the organization, their vision, how the vision translates into the work that you're doing, and what strategy to take. And lastly, we'll look at measuring KPIs as well. So that module in summary is more or less theoretical, but it's like good foundational theory that you need so that whenever you're given an assignment in your workplace, at least you'll have these tools and techniques in the back of your mind that you can apply to real life scenarios. Moving on, the next module, which I quite like this one, is about analyzing and managing stakeholders. This module will talk about what is a stakeholder. So stakeholder, you all know what stakeholders are. There are internal ones and external ones. Then it will look into what is stakeholder analysis. Stakeholder analysis is the process of identifying an organization's stakeholders and their interests, then assessing their influence on the work that you're doing and the impact it could have. As a result of this analysis, you can come up with strategies for managing the relationships with them and ensuring project success. To be successful at stakeholder management and analysis, it requires collaboration, emotional intelligence, and cultural awareness. So these are some of the things, of course, this module even will cover. In addition to that, it will look into what are the different types of stakeholder management techniques, so things like gathering information from them, mapping them, prioritizing them, understanding them, and things like that. It will talk about the different types of stakeholders that you would have and the tools you can use. One of the most popular tools that it would focus on is the power and interest grid, which looks something like this. So the module will focus on this, and the image you're looking at are basically more or less the same. It's an example of the power and interest matrix that is used when conducting stakeholder analysis. You can use it to map your stakeholders according to their levels of interest in the project and the amount of power or influence they have to support a project or to block it. So for example, you could have a team leader who has low interest in the project but has high power to influence others. He or she will be a context setter or someone you need to actively engage with. Another example is you could have a head of department. He has high interest in the project but has low power. So in this scenario, he or she is somebody that you need to regularly maintain contact with and meet their expectations. This diagram or matrix, it doesn't have like a medium. It's 4 boxes. They're either in one of those boxes, and that's more or less about it. It keeps it simple and it helps to manage and analyze stakeholders better. Overall, in this stakeholder module, you will learn more about stakeholder management, how to do it, what it's useful for, and what tools like the one you can see on the screen you can use when doing it. The key learning outcomes are very obvious. You will learn how to establish relationships, analyzing different perspectives, managing different stakeholders, adapting your engagement style to meet their needs, and making sure that you've identified the key important ones that will affect the project that you're doing and its outcome as well. The next module looks at analyzing the as is. So in some places they say as is, others say current state, the same thing. It covers how you can understand and document the current state or as is of a company or a process of a business or whatever it is that you're looking at. And it looks at the different methods and tools that you can use to do that as well. In this module, they will talk you through about understanding the current ways of working, how to do that analysis, how to know what the pain points is, the bottlenecks that team or process are having, what is the gap and why a change is required. In the module as well, they will talk through about different tools you can use to do the analysis, so quantitative and qualitative tool. They will then focus a lot about how you're gathering the data and how you play it back. So it's good to analyze and gather the as is, but the most important part is once you've gathered it, you need to document it. Once you've documented it, you need to play it back to the end users so that what you've said is not just an assumption, it's exactly how things are in that process, in that business, or in that department. The output of your as is could be a documentation, process map, systems map, customer journey, SOPs, mind maps, etc. And so that's what the module is focusing on: how you're gathering data, how you're gathering that, how you're documenting that, and how you're validating that. The key learning outcomes: understanding how to do everything that we've just talked about, and also understanding the relationships and impact the different part of a process or situation can have on the overall picture or the end goal that you're trying to get to. Some of this, if you've done a foundation course of business analysis, you will notice some of these are very similar. So like we've said before, this is a step up. This is to level up your knowledge, skill, and application. In all these modules that we've been talking about, they are using in the use cases and examples. And in the mock exams, for example, it's in a use case, it's in a real life scenario that they're asking you the questions, getting you to think. And if you're already working as a BA, this is great because it's really helping you to think a bit more, to think of different tools and techniques you could apply. The next topic is about establishing and defining the future state. So this topic in the course is split into two, but all in all, it's about establishing and then defining the future state. So in the previous module, you've analyzed and documented the current state. Now you need to say, where are we trying to go to? What is our future state? How do we establish, get sign off on that, and then define that properly? So this module looks at a bunch of tools and techniques you can use as well. It talks about design thinking. It looks into business activity module, how you can use that, what is essential for it, and how you go through applying that technique. Design thinking as well. If they're coming up with a new solution, what are the iterative ways of identifying, exploring, and testing solutions without losing focus on the customer need? It looks into gap analysis, understanding the difference in that current state that you've done compared to the future or target state that they're trying to get to, what tools you can use. It also looks at feasibility as well. So you've got your ideas, they know where they want to be, where the future state is, but is it feasible? For the business, does it align with the business strategy? Remember, that was module 1, the strategic context. Does it align with that strategic context? That solution from a technical point of view, can we deliver it technically? And financially, can we afford it? So this module is taking on from your current state module and say, okay, let's now design the future state. What are the key things you need to bear in mind? And what tools you can use to get there? And that's what this slide is actually. I've already covered it. So yes, you've got your as is, your current state, you've got your to be. Now that you've designed everything, you know how you want to get to the future state. That's great. What are the actions and what are the steps to implement this future state that has been designed and agreed on? So the module is quite nice. You know, the previous one is great because you know what the situation is, what the gaps are, and now you're saying what the new future state needs to be. And the important part is, how are we getting to that point? Key learning outcomes from this future state module. Again, the different methodologies and tools that you can use. Performing proof of concepts as well. It will go through that with you. It would go into detail about feasibility, demonstrating and evaluating that. And it will also focus on the importance of continuous improvement. So say the future state that you came up with, it's a change to a process. There's an important need to continually review that process and to make sure that the benefits that you are gaining from the future state, they last long, and you don't slip back into having issues with that process again. So the module will focus a lot on the importance of continuous improvement. The final module in the course is developing a business case. So some of you might be doing this already, or you might have been involved in writing a business case. This was also mentioned in the foundation course, but in the practitioner, again, like I said, it really zones in into the detail. It goes through why exactly a business case is needed and what is the role of a BA in developing a business case. For those who are not familiar with a business case, from the title, it's basically a documentation that justifies doing a piece of work. So in this course, it will cover a bunch of, in the module even, sorry, it will cover a bunch of things. So, you know, we talked about a module of current state analysis and future state. So in that current state analysis, you're doing your discovery exercise. In that current state, you're understanding what the issues are, what the current processes or the current solutions are, where the gaps are and things like that. And you've done your future state, so you know what the new requirements are for the future. So all of this information, they feed into your business case. In the business case, there are key things where you can see on the screen right now that you need to put inside. And again, the module will talk about that in detail. The first section of your business case is the reason for this documentation. How does it align to the vision? What is the strategic fit for it? What's the case for change? Why exactly are we changing? What is our end goal? What's the objective? Then what is the scope? What does this cover and what does it not cover? This is very important because when you are doing your discovery in your current state analysis, you know what it covers, you know what is out of scope. So again, this section is important, and all the work of the BA that they've done in the past feeds into it. Requirements, the biggest area for the BA. This is like your number one contribution to the business case. You've gathered this because you've done the current state, you know the future state, you know what the gaps are, you know what the requirements are to get us to the future state. So in the businesses, you put in them here. You've gathered them, you've documented them, you validated them. Now you're putting it here in the business case as well to say, this is why we need to purchase this new system or two, or this is why we need to configure a new system. Then another section looks at options analysis. So again, obviously, yes, you've got a solution, but that might not be the only option. There might be other options out there in the market. So again, in your options analysis, the BA comes in. What are the different options we have? Do they fit with the strategy? What is the feasibility? What's the cost versus benefits? What are the risks, the benefits and the disbenefit? You know, this section is it's BA all over, to be very honest with you. From the reason to options analysis, the BA is the major contributor in this area. Then it goes into the benefits as well. Again, the BA comes into this section of the business case. What will be the business gain from doing this? Are they realistic? Are they measurable? Again, as the BA, when you are gathering the current state and you're looking at the future state, you are already with your stakeholders identifying the benefit and the disbenefits of doing this piece of work. So you have all that information that can be shoved into the business case. Then we move on to another section of financial options appraisal. So again, what is the cost of what we're doing? What is the internal cost and the external cost? Have we factored in resource cost as well? That's what this section is covering. Then timescales, how long is it taking? Do we have a rough high-level plan? Resources, do we know who they are? What resources do we need to support? Do we need to go out and recruit them? And then the RAID, which is the risk, actions, issues, and dependencies. What are the risks? Based on all the analysis the BA has done so far and knows about, what are the risks we're going ahead with this? Are there any ongoing issues that we can flag in the business case? Are there dependencies? There's always dependencies. So what are the dependencies? Again, these are information the BA, through your discovery and through the analysis you've done pyro in your current state and your future state, you have answers to all of this. And then finally, your recommendation, which is basically, what is your summary? What are you asking for? Why are we doing it? How long is it for? And things like that. So the module covers in detail business case, and it focuses on the content and the business analyst role in that. And in my experience, every time I've written a business case with a project manager or program manager, 99% of the content of the business case comes from the work the business analyst has done or is doing. The outcome of this, very simple and obvious, being able to write a clear, accessible, and persuasive business case. So that is the end of what the business practitioner module covers, the business practitioner course even covers. Like I said at the beginning, it will boost your productivity by doing that course. It really demonstrates you as a professional in business analysis. We all want continuous development, and some of you already kind of alluded to that. You are in rows already, but you're looking to keep learning. So this definitely helps with that. And as a result of your continuous development, it can really increase your career flexibility. You can move into more business analysis. You can become a senior business analyst. You can even go from here and become a program manager, or you can even move into business change as well. So that is the end of the discussion about the practitioner course. Now, I'm just going to briefly talk about the foundation course, just for the individuals that are interested in that. The foundation course, like I said, is a prerequisite to the practitioner one, which we've just discussed. The foundation one is your first step into business analysis. So you've never done it before. This is the course you need to go off in. It teaches you more or less what is the relationship between the business, the IT team or the technical team, and the users. It gives you the foundation understanding of business analysis. Everything we've talked about in the practitioner course is covered here, but at very high superficial levels. So to get that basic, to understand the basic business analysis role, the foundation course is a must. It focuses on things like process mapping, what is requirements gathering, like what is that? How do you go about doing it? It goes on those basic levels. Who is it for? It's for new people, so aspiring business analysts, graduate or student, or professionals transitioning into business analysis as well. And lastly, what to expect in this one. Again, like the practitioner course, it can take a week, it can take months. It all depends on you. This exam is closed book, an hour. It's 40 multiple choice questions, which is different to the practitioner one, because the practitioner one is more scenario based, so there's multi answers, but this one is just multiple choice. The pass mark is the same, 65%. And I remember doing this one, even though I was already a BA, I remember when I did the foundation course, I honestly learned so much, and it gave me the basic understanding. So doing the practitioner course, it made it so much easier, because I had the foundation course, I was applying that in real life, and the practitioner one just added more to my expertise. The learning outcome of the foundation course, like I said at the outset, you literally just learn what the different research methods for a BA is, different business process modeling techniques, risk assessments. You will learn a little bit about a business case, but not in the detail you will in the practitioner course. And that is it. That's the end of it. So I've given you an overview of what practitioner course is, and just a quick snapshot of what to expect if you are new and you want to look into the foundation course as well. So the last things I just wanted to talk about is selecting a learning platform. Obviously, you're all thinking about using a learning platform so that it's more structured for you, and I completely agree. You need a platform that is interactive, that gives you those case studies, that gives you quizzes, that puts it into a real life context for you and promotes active learning. You also need a platform that will help you in your exam preparation as well. So you have sample questions, mock tests as many times as you want. And also once you've done the mock test, whatever you get wrong, you're able to go back on and see the correct answers and add that to your study notes and things like that. And lastly, you want a learning platform that has great reputation, great feedback from people like yourselves. Because at the end of the day, if it doesn't have good reviews, we all check reviews before we do anything. So if it has good reviews, then you already know that you can be more confident that this is a good and secure learning platform to commit to. I will hand over to Shallow now.
Okay, I'll just take over for now, Ola. Thank you so much. Back to me, guys. Thank you for that detailed information there, Ola. And yes, now we have our question and answer session with Ola and Shallow, Shallow Rebel, who's our course advisor. and she will go and talk a little bit more about the courses and how we offer learning and things. But if you have any questions at the moment for Ola on the material she just covered, or any comments, please do let us know. You can pop it in the Q&A box if you want to write your question down, or if you would rather, you know, take yourself off mute like some of you did in the beginning when you introduce yourself. I know sometimes it's a bit easier to ask a question that way. Then yeah, let us know if you want to raise your hand to ask a question or just come off mute. That's absolutely fine. Everyone's quiet right now. There's no questions. There are no questions. I mean, I know it's sometimes like quite a lot to take in, and maybe you're making notes and things, but yeah, I mean, if you do have any questions, that'll be great, guys, as we have the lovely Ola here and Shallow as well. And whilst they're live, it's just good to pick their brains a little bit and get your questions answered. But equally, if you don't have any at the moment, that is fine. You can always ask us afterwards. I think we send a survey out as well about improving things. Oh, I feel, Theo, is that you? Are you going to say something?
Yeah, I've got a question. I just wanted to ask, how long does the course take, you know, entails, and also the cost of the course?
How much does the course cost, did you say?
Yes, and also how long does it take to complete the course?
Okay, so Shallow can probably answer on cost, although I know we've got discounts and things, but yeah.
Sure. Sorry, I'm just trying to see who's answered the question there.
It's a Theo, sorry.
Hi. So you want to know how long is the course? Is that right? How long does the course take?
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
How long does it take to complete the course? Yeah.
Yeah, so the entire course that we offer in our Study365 platform comes with video lessons and lecture notes that you can go through. So typically we assess someone, you know, if you're doing it in one sitting, it will be about 14 hours of learning that you've got to do. However, just like Ola mentioned, it's up to you on how you want to do it. So at Study365, we provide you 12 months course access, so you can decide how soon or how slowly you want to do the entire thing. But yeah, the materials that we provide gives you 14 hours of videos plus lecture notes. So we give you a guided learning as 14 hours, but again, it takes a lot of time if you want to do a lot of mock tests, go through case studies, you know, do the mini assessments that we have along with the course. Answer your question there?
Yeah, thanks a lot for that. And the next question, what does it, how much is it? I know you said you got a discount at the moment.
Just having some difficulty hearing there. Sorry. Natalie, did you get the question?
Yes. Theo was just asking how much it costs, and he knows that we have some discounts, but he was just
Absolutely. We have some very interesting discounts for the month of August. I do have a slide with all the information there and the codes that you can use. So let me share that with you. So the foundation, of course, is quite reasonably priced. So because that's your startup course, so it's about £297, if I recall. So that's the foundation after the discount. Second level, the practitioner practice course is a bit higher than that. So that's, I think, somewhere around £500. That's after the discount, which is all-inclusive course fee for your 12 months access and the exam as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Theo. Yeah, so we'll show you the slides in a bit as well, guys, and so you can visually see it as well, and sort of the discounts and things like that. But yes, does anyone else have any other questions at this stage? Yeah, does anyone want to take themselves off mute or pop a question in? I mean, I know Shallow hasn't gone through everything yet either, so you might have some questions on the back of her little presentation. Yes, I don't want to rush anyone, but if there aren't any questions in a minute or so, then maybe we can move on to Study365 and you know, maybe some more questions might pop up then.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. A very good evening. And thank you for joining us for this introduction webinar on BCS Business Analysis. So we have conducted several of these introduction webinars and knowledge enhancement sessions for other programs. So BCS would be our first one. And it's quite interesting to see the participation here. And also it's been one of the most demanded programs at the moment. So I'm going to quickly take you through. So as Natalie introduced, I am Shallow Rabel. I am one of the course advisors at Study365, the learning platform. And if you've ever spoken to us, if you've ever contacted us, we would have spoken to either me or one of my team members. So it's really nice to see all of you here. So what I'm going to do now is just give you a quick introduction to Study365 as your learning platform, who we are, and what is the course that we offer. And as I also mentioned, we will be revealing our discount codes that you can use after this session, which is exclusive for you, and you can claim those savings as well. So that's just the information that's going to be for the next couple of minutes. So the first things first then, so who are we at Study365? So we are a leading learning education service provider. We've been in the industry for over, I believe 7 or more than that, is about 7 years plus. And we've catered to several learners in terms of our classroom training program, as well as a live online and also e-learning platform as well. So we work with reputed awarding organizations in the UK, such as this one, the BCS, and also PeopleCert Accelerators for our Prince2 programs. We also work with ATHE, which is for our business management courses, PSM BTech, and many others. So you could browse through our study365.co.uk website, and there are several courses. So I think we've got about over 1,000 topics now, which again ranges from business management, HR, IT service management, as well as hobby-related courses like baking and photography. There's a whole lot that you can browse through to see. So that's us, and yeah, we cater to a variety of learning audience. So it's not just the UK, so we cater outside as well, to the UAE. There's also learners from Southeast Asia continent as well. So that's us there. And what do we offer for you in terms of the BCS Business Analysis Foundation Practitioner courses? So at Study365, just as the name suggests, our course access comes for you for 12 months. So it's 365 days unrestricted access once you sign up with us. So also we provide video lessons for our programs, as well as there's lecture notes, because there are a lot of people who would like to read information, as you're traveling. So we have that option available as well. And just like, in the initial session where Ola pointed out, an expert learning platform should provide interactive sessions, interactive course materials, which is available at Study365. So along with the video lessons, there's also mini assessments we provide to UK studies, and several information to help you, jog up that memory, so you can do your mock test as well. So we do have mock exam attempts, which is unlimited. We do also have question and answer papers that you can access. So all of that comes in addition to this. We also do have live interactive webinars or live online sessions like the one that you're attending today. So we do sessions for knowledge enhancement and also exam preparation. So when you feel you're ready to take the exam, you can jump into one of our exam preparation sessions. This runs every month. So you can just ask your questions, take the tutor will take you through a mock exam paper, and then you can get your questions answered. So all of that comes into a blended learning course, which is your courses and also your mock exams and your webinars. So in addition to that, we also provide free courses to give you, understanding on several other topics in the business analysis subject as well. So that's just the entire course we provide. And also, like I said, we provide the exam option as well. So our course is all inclusive. So you get the course plus your option to sign up for the exam, which comes with 1 year validity. So if you sign up with us in the month of August, then you have August 2024 until that 1 year for you to book your exam. So whenever you feel you're ready, you can do that. And as Ola mentioned, again, this is all subjective to how much time you can dedicate, provided you're balancing your work and other things. So we give you that flexibility as well in terms of booking your exams. So that's a lot of information there for you to take in terms of the platform. So of course, the last one was reputation. So you can visit Study365 on our Trustpilot rating, and you can see learner reviews there. We have a very interesting 4.8 rating out of 5, and that's about over 1,000 learners on mainly project management, program management, IT, and business analysis subjects there. So that's available for you on the Trustpilot website. So that's it from me in terms of the platforms. If you do have any questions about how can I book my exam, how do I access the course, yeah, the floor will be open for those questions, which I can also help answer. So there you go. That's the reveal of the discounts. There is a considerable amount that we brought down on the foundation course, because that is a prerequisite if you want to go on to the practitioner. So we're giving you a 60%, 64% discount on the foundation certificate in business analysis. So the course price now comes down to £297. There is the code that you can use to redeem the discount on our website. Also, at the end of this session, I'll be sending you an email so you can access the course link. The next one would be the practitioner certificate. Of course, there is also a good amount of discount. There's a 44%, and that's £500 for the full course. Again, it's all inclusive, and there is the code for you to use to redeem. And I also want to, again, give you an update here. So our price is guaranteed. So just because you sign up for the course and there's 12 months access doesn't mean that we'll increase the price or we change it. So there's a price lock guarantee. So once you enroll, you only end up paying that exact amount until you take your exam at the end of the 12 months or in the meantime. So yes, that's all about Study365, and there is a contact information, but I will make sure to drop all of you an email, a thank you note for attending the webinar, and also the codes that you can use, and also the post links and contact information. If you want to get in touch, you can raise your questions either about the business analysis course or the course platform, and I will get it answered for you from the team.
Thank you for that information there, Shallow. I think Mercy, did you raise your hand? Did you have a question?
I did. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Mercy.
Hi. Can you all hear me? Am I audible? Am I clear?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, cool. So thank you for this wonderful presentation. I just wanted to ask a bit more about the payment plan. How many months is that spread? And what's the requirement in terms of if you're ready to sit the exam, but you haven't actually completed the payment? Are you still allowed to sit the exams, or would you wait until you've completed your payment?
Sure, Mercy. So I'll take that question then. So it's about the payment plan. Is that right? Yeah. So
yeah.
Absolutely. So the course is anyway is divided into, so you don't have to take both of it together. So you can do the foundation first and then move on to the practitioner later. So that is possible. So in terms of payment plan, we absolutely provide you a payment plan option. Again, it's quite flexible. So you can tell us how long of a plan that you want. So most learners request for a 3 months or 4 month plan, as it makes quicker for them to pay up and take the exam as they finish. So it'll be a 4 month plan that we can offer you. But Mercy, what we can do is, if you're okay, you can drop us your phone number, maybe on the private chat, or maybe drop us an email, and then I will call you and we can discuss the plan with you. Is that okay?
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you.
I'll make sure to send that information over. So yeah, so that's absolutely fine. There's no interest as an interest-free plan. We just divide the amount in 3 months or 4 months in small installments for you to pay.
That's great. Thanks, Shallow. Thanks for that question as well, Mercy. And Shamso said, will we have access to resources such as books? I think that I have BCS books out for that help with content learning, ?
Yeah, you can absolutely use other, is that right, Ola? So they can use other resources and books.
Yes, for whatever reason, I was gonna let Shallow answer that. But yes, you can, Shalom, you can use the different books that you have or different materials that you have as well. But like we said before, on the learning platform, they have all the content on there, and then they also have, oh sorry, you've posted an update to your question. Let me read that. We have BCS have books for content learning. Oh, are you asking if BCS have books for content learning? Is that what you mean?
Shamso, maybe if you want to, maybe unmute yourself and listen.
Hiya.
Yeah.
Hi, sorry. So just to clarify, just wanted to confirm, because you know how you've got books by BSc themselves, they have like books that are literally called BA, etc. So I was wondering if that would be available. So for example, would let's say they come out with the latest edition, would that be available, or is that something that we'd have to sort out ourselves?
I'll hand over to Charlie to answer that then.
Thank you.
Right. Yeah, so we do provide the learning materials as it is. The learning platform contains everything you need to take the exam. So if there's any modules, there are video lessons as well as these lecture notes that we have. So there isn't any additional book that's provided. I believe you can purchase BA books outside, but probably there may not be a requirement for you to take the exam because everything that's needed for the exam is available within the platform.
Just to add to that, Shamso, what Charlie says is absolutely correct. in my experience, I did have the book, but I don't think I opened them. I think I opened them the first time when I got them, but the platform had everything I needed to know. It had everything I needed to know. It was also descriptive and explanatory, so I did not need to be flipping through the books to revise. All I used was the platform and practice a gazillion times with the mock exam. So in my opinion, you don't actually need, the book is too thick to be very honest. You do
Yeah,
not.
thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you guys for answering that one there. Are there any other questions at this point, guys? Do you have any other questions you'd like to ask? Don't think I've seen any coming in the chat. No. Yeah, I mean, let me know if you have any other questions. If you don't and you're all good, maybe put a thumbs up in the chat or something like that, if you want to, and then I know you're all good and we can maybe finish a bit earlier if so. Everyone's quiet. Maybe people are typing questions. I don't know. But okay, well, if there are no questions, I mean, do you? Oh, Theo put the love the emoji. Or Ola, just quickly before we go, are there any like frequently asked questions that you get, or any last bits of advice you could give?
I think there are no frequently asked questions in the sense that if you're completely new to it, just try the course. Try it. And as Shadow said, if you don't have enough time, you've got a whole year, so you can do it at your own pace. But if you are really keen because you want to, start applying for jobs this winter in business analysis, it's also something you can do literally within a week or a few weeks or even a month. I think the key thing I would say to take away is the course is great. The learning platform is great. And to set some time during the day or even on weekends to do it. The learning platform is great. And like I said to Shamsu before, you don't really need the book. And based on the discounts that the team is offering as well, it's something that's quite affordable compared to others. And it will really, really open doors for you. Either you're already a BA and you want to take on a senior BA role, or you want to move somewhere else, because you have those tool sets and those techniques. You can actually start applying it in real life scenarios, and that's what the course helps you to do. And it gives that boost for yourself, that confidence, but also it boosts your CV as well, which helps with your career moves and progression. So the key thing I would say is the learning platform is great. It's the best way to learn business analysis. Business analysis is a practical thing. You have to be doing it. But for you to know how to do it the right way, you need to learn the basics, which are what you get from the foundation and then the practitioner course.
Great, that's really good advice there. Thanks, Ola. Yeah, okay. Well, I don't think there's any more questions at the moment, and I've seen some thumbs up and some of that sign, so that's all good. Well, yeah. Do you have any parting words, Shallow?
I mean, more than that, I just wanted to, since Ola is here, I thought I'll just, ask some frequently asked questions, with the course advice we get, in terms of what's next after my business analysis practitioner, like where does it take me in terms of other certifications or programs? Is there any recommendations or anything that Ola can give us?
So in my example, after I did my initial BCS foundation course, what it led me to was doing program management Prince 2 courses. So because I had the skills, I've done the training as a BA, I had the skills in that area. And before you knew it, some of the things you learned during the foundation course were project manager useful skills as well, like the business case, writing that. And so I was able to start doing some project manager work. And I went into doing a proper training for project management Prince 2 as well. So it's doing the BA foundation course took me into project management. And then I wanted to enhance my skill set again. So I came back, did the practitioner course to enhance that. And as a result of that, I've now solidified myself as a business change analyst. So I'm not just doing business analyst in silo, I'm doing it with the element of change management as well. And it's opened a lot of doors. So I can work within business change management field or like transformational fields. I can work solely within the business analysis field. If I wanted to, I can even move into project management. All these different careers or different roles. At the end of the day, if you have these skills, you are a great candidate to be able to move across different things, because a mixture of that skill is something that is very niche. Not many people have a mixture of business analysis, project management, and change management skills. So it's very niche. So if you have it, you stand out. And I started from just doing the foundation course, and before you knew it, I'm already having all those different skill sets to go along with that as well.
Yeah, that's amazing to hear. That's very reassuring when we talk about the BCS itself, because a lot of the questions are, is it just going to be one of the other certifications? It's just a paper, it's not that, isn't it? You're developing practical skills, and you're just, you're being very fluid in terms of moving from one segment to the other. So that's quite interesting. And I have a good answer to give my learners, when they ask me this question about that. So thank you for that, Ola. Appreciate that. Yeah. So yeah, that's about it. I mean, that's something I wanted to check, get it from, and getting it from Ola is kind of interesting because she's been through taken the entire process and seen success there. That's wonderful. So yeah, so any of the last words from me? So for Natalie's question there, so it's about, get in touch with us if you want more information. There's information is available on the website, but apart from that, we can have a chat and talk to you about and get your questions answered. So give us a call or drop us an email, and we can do that. And the other thing is that we also do have send feedback forms at the end of this webinar. So if you have any feedback to provide us, anything you want to see, any new webinars, any new topics you want us introduced, let us know so we can do that as well for you, because this has been a very a new initiative that we took in Study365. Now it's been almost a year now. We've been conducting webinar sessions, and we've been getting very good feedback, and we see things improving when people come back to us and say, okay, this helped me to get started with the course. So that's a very good feedback, and new topics have been added. So we're kind of looking forward to having more such sessions presented by Study365. So yeah, but thank you so much for joining us. So that's it from me.
Oh, thanks, Shallow. Yes, I liked that rounding up there. And yeah, Ola, it's interesting to hear your journey, and you never know where one course might lead you. And then, like you said, you did Prince 2, and like you do all these other things, and you're just building that skill set. So yeah, the possibilities really are endless, guys. Yeah, so basically, and I can't believe we've been doing the webinars nearly a year. Time literally flies. So yeah, get on these courses, guys. Utilize our discounts. It's really going to help you for sure. And yeah, like Shallow said, if you could provide us with any feedback, that would be great, because we always want to make sure we're doing the best webinars for you guys. And sort of, it's just a nice sort of introduction to it. You can see some of our expert facilitators before seeing them virtually, and you already have that familiarity and sort of get those questions answered. So yeah, that's it from me as well. Thank you very much for joining. Have a good evening, and hopefully we see you soon. Take care. Bye. Good luck with everything.